Was your father an entrepreneur just from the beginning, like, or from what you know?
So my dad was an attorney for many years, with the Army. He was JAG attorney, opened up his own law firm in Royal Palm. He was out in the Western communities for forever, since the late 70s. Recently retired, in the course of, past 5 years. Yeah.
So him doing this business with your now father-in-law, was it an idea like they had for them, like just to why did they go and do this? Like, it's just,
well, Don, my father-in-law, was looking to, do something on his own. He was the executive chef for a Wilt Chamberlain's down in Boca. I'm not sure if you remember that place, but it was an incredible restaurant. It had a massive game room, indoor basketball court, great place for kids. And they had phenomenal food. So, he was the executive chef. It was his menu. It was time to go on his own now. So he lived in the Western communities out in the acreage, and opened up this spot. This was his baby, essentially.
Around what age were you around that time when they got into?
I was 16, 17.
Well, you had no choice probably to get this job over here. Your father was like,
go in there and learn.
Go in there and learn, figure it out.
So it was good.
Did you fall in love with food and beverage right there and then, or?
I think that's when, yeah. I mean, you talk about people that are in the service industry. It's, they're just a little off. There's something that really draws them in. And, restaurants are, it's a community. It is, man. It's something that you really just can't let go out of your life.
Trust me, I deal with it every day.
Yeah.
And try to find out how I could escape it. But so you started in there, and then were you and your girlfriend already dating back then, or?
No. We weren't. We had met each other. She was a couple grades behind me.
Okay.
Freshman, I was a junior.
So you're the cool guy.
I don't know if I was a cool guy.
In your mind. If you don't know that, nobody knew.
In her, I was a lot cooler than I really was, I guess. But, she took a liking to me. We worked together, and then, we just kind of let it go from there. Yeah.
So then after your service through the whole process, from the whole high school, from junior year and out, you stayed in service?
I did,
in the service industry?
I did, yeah.
So when you went out to college in UCF?
I did go to UCF, yes.
So when you went to UCF, did you still work in service?
I did. I worked at an incredible steakhouse off International Drive, one of the top 10 chop houses in America, under the Talk of the Town restaurants group. It was called Vito's Chop House, which just recently reopened. Shout out to Vito's.
How was that experience working over there?
It was great, man. It was also seasonal. So something I was used to. The convention business down there was absolutely insane in the early 2000s. So, you'd have 100,000 people coming into town for a week. They want to eat and drink on the same, strip as where they're staying. So, Vito's was a popular choice. And what it did teach me was working with a team, working with customers, really knowing, the difference between this customer and that customer. Because we had wine bottles that would sell from $40 to $2,500 on that menu.
Wow.
So, knowing your product, knowing your people, taught me a lot.
Communication was big.
Very much so. Still things that I use till this day.
Wow. So working with Vito's, did you move up in the company, or you just stayed in the server?
I was a server. I had, my focus was going to school. I couldn't deviate from that, moving up with a company and, taking my focus off what I was really there to do.
So why not law? If you saw your father,
So law, yeah.
You've been hearing this for a long time.
I don't know, man. The people are built for things. My dad was built for rules and structure, and it's something that I wanted to do. I would have loved to. It's just something that I, wasn't ingrained in me.
So did he enjoy it? Like, he enjoyed practicing law, or he just knew he had to get it done?
He loved it. There were times when I asked my dad, I'm like, "Do you like what you do?" And he's like, "I haven't liked what I have done for quite a while." But it's something. There's a difference between love and like.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. And so he loved doing it, and it turned out to be a great career for him. He was very successful. But
nothing attracted you like, "Ooh, I can't wait to take this on."
To me, he was in real estate.
Okay.
And did the law for the real estate. And, you know, forever, he and my mother were like, you know, these are some of the most boring people you'll ever meet in your entire life. Right. And I got, you know, they say, I think they just saw something different in me.
Right. And speaking of mom, how was mom growing up in that process, man? Like,
she was great.
Just a supportive mom.
Very.
Always into knuckle. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a brother and a sister, both older.
Both older.
Actually, my sister is in law. My brother is.
She fell for the law trade.
She did. Yeah, she did. So my brother is a CPA.
Okay.
And I, you know, chose to work for myself.
Chose for the other world. So after that, so your inspiration for working in the industry of food and beverage, really from just starting where your father bought into a business, your now wife's father, you had the opportunity your parents basically had a relationship. You fell into it. Fell in love with just the culture, because food and beverage is definitely a whole culture. It's a community.
Very much so.
Everybody hang out with each other before work, after work. People get married. Like, it's literally a culture in food and beverage. So after you're done with school, did you move back into town or? So
no, my wife, we had linked up on MySpace. This will tell you how old we are.
Definitely old. I'm not Adam. You're old.
We'll tell you how old I am. So, we got into contact shortly after I graduated. She was in the military in Charleston, South Carolina, in the Air Force. So
you're still in Orlando then?
I'm still in Orlando at this point, you know, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself. Freshly graduated. So she comes down one weekend, you know, we're chit-chatting. We're just like, why don't you just move up here? You know, I'm like, there's nothing holding me here. I can go and transplant myself anywhere. Let's do this.
Did you guys already started dating, or you guys just started talking again?
We did. Yeah, we started dating again. So, just like that. It was, you know, I can do what I'm doing here. I can do what I'm doing there.
You're attached to.